So this is an Elddis Crusader Tempest. Going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. The hitch up procedure, jockey wheel and handbrake will go through in person while you're here on site. The front locker, I'm just going to grab the keys and open that up. So in the front locker you've got your gas regulator at the top. On this particular van it's a changeover valve, so as you'll see it's got an arrow on one side pointing to this pipe work on this side, and if you want to change it over you can spin it round to the opposite gas bottle and have two gas bottles connected at the same time. The pipe work for that is just down in the side of the locker just there. On the side of the van you've got your already heating vent and your leg winder, or your leg, the hole for the leg winder, sorry I should say. You've then got your water pump connection on the outside here. Battery locker, which at the moment is done up, so I'll just quickly open that and show you what's in there. Battery locker, as you can see, with a battery in there, 110 amp, and then your mains power lead coming into the caravan itself. The motor mover will go through while you're here on site in person, and we'll demonstrate that. You've also then got the wheels, which will torque before you leave site. Coming down the side, you've got your grey waste pipes, which again, which drop down into your ACK roll or waste master itself, so the waste water can come out of the van. Back of the van, you've got the toilet waste cassette. You pull the cassette out by pulling up the orange handle and pulling it towards you. Orange pressure relief button on top. There's no flush tank on this particular van, it runs off the water system, and it takes, the toilet cassette itself takes 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid before use. At the rear of the caravan you've got your leg winder, wind down legs on either side, and then coming up the side of the van you've got your fridge vents just there, your motor mover and wheel nuts, and at the front of the van again got a storage locker for underneath the beds at the front of the van. Just open up. As you can see, storage area for the front of the van. And at the front you've got your barbecue gas point and your other leg winder. So as you can see, we're now on the inside of the van. You may hear water on the outside. It's our cleaners cleaning the van ready for you to arrive, or ready for the customer to arrive. Inside the van, you've got your power switches just here, your lights, your water pump switch for the run, so you've got internal pump on and external pump, but we'll come back to that in a moment. You've got your battery voltmeter and your water level for the onboard water tank. Now to fill the water system on this particular van, we're just going to go underneath the seat on the far side. Underneath here, you'll see the first of 2 taps for the water system. So the yellow tap you just see just there is the drain down valve for the water system on the hot water tank. Then in the rear of the caravan, and you do need to make sure that valve is parallel with the floor before you try and fill the water system. And at the back of the caravan down here we should see another tank just below the bed, and you'll see a blue drain down valve on this end of the tank. Works slightly differently, but you will need to make sure both of these tanks are drained down for winter storage. Because if not they could potentially freeze and crack the system. You've also got a pressure regulator for the water system down here. You should never have to worry about that at all or do anything with that. But like I said, to fill the system you'll make sure the yellow valve at the front is in the flat position with the floor, and you'll do the same with the switch, the blue switch underneath the rear bunks. Now to fill the water system, if you're going to fill the internal water tank you'll need to connect your ACK roll on the outside. You need to turn the switch on here, then hit the internal pump run. What that will do is it will start filling the onboard tank, and when it's full it will automatically cut out and it should say P100 just here when it is full. External tank just here, if you want to just run from the ACK roll straight through to the hot water tank, which is underneath the seat at the front here, you'll flick the switch into the down position and that will start filling the hot water heating tank. While you're filling the system you always need to make sure every tap on board the caravan is open, and that's while you're filling the system, so it allows any air to escape from the water pipes on board the caravan. Once the water system is full, you can then go to your Aldi control panel up here. So you've got power on and off on the bottom left hand side, and you press the menu button, it will take you into the options for the van. So at the top here you've got the internal temperature of the caravan, so you've got plus or minus for the temperature on board the caravan. Below that you've got the water temperature, so you've got water on and water boost. As you can see the bar here goes up in the 2 different positions. Below that you've got your mains power coming into the caravan, so you've got 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatts or 3 kilowatts coming in. And if you want to run the caravan on gas, you hit the gas symbol at the bottom and the water system will or the heating and hot water system will self-ignite on gas as long as the gas bottle is turned on. So as I said, once you're done with the water system, you drain it all down. So I'm going to do that now, so it's completely drained before the caravan leaves site. Just need to get my hand down into that position there. There we go, so the water system is now draining down from there. And we'll do the same with the water tank at the back. Once you've done that, the water will take about half an hour or so to warm up, and the heating 45 minutes to an hour to get to the full 30-degree temperature. Cooker works the same as your household cooker. Electric ring will only work on the 240 volts. The 3 gas rings that you see here will work on the gas, the same as the grill and the same as the oven. The microwave itself, very simple to use. You've got an eco button at the top here, and as you can see, that will turn the microwave back on. It will actually turn itself off while it's not been used, because as I said, it's an eco microwave, as you can see there. But just hit the eco button and it will come back on. Then control it on the buttons as on the front as you normally would. The fridge itself, very simple to use. Press and hold the power button. Got the gas system here, so it will self-ignite on gas as long as the gas is turned on. At the moment it won't because there's no gas on board, but if it does fail to ignite, it will flash the blue light here, and it will also flash the red warning light on the other end. If you want to use a 240 power supply to power the caravan, you can do that by hitting the 240 button on the end. And on gas or mains, you can control the temperature on the button on the right hand side. When you're towing down the road and you want to use the fridge as a cool box, you can do that by hitting the 12 volt button just there, and that will work from the 12 volt supply from the car, but as you can see at the moment we're not connected. So at the moment it's just flashing at me to let me know that it's not connected. 12 volt mode, again, it will take a little while to cool down fully. And in the summer it won't cool down as much as what it would during the winter, for instance. It's just that the heating elements at the back of the fridge will get quite warm with heat outside, say 35 degree temperatures, as we have had sometimes during the summer. Coming over to the toilet next, as I said from the outside, the flush system runs off the water tank on board. Press the button on the front to flush the toilet system. Toilet cassette itself, you use the waste flap down the bottom here to undo the waste flap, so you push it across to undo the waste flap. At the minute the toilet's just been pulled out just for cleaning. So normally you'd open that up, and you'd open the waste flap up in the centre of the toilet before you use the loo itself. The radiator in the bathroom, I do advise that you mind yourself on that when you have got the heating on high, because potentially it will burn. So just be wary of that when you are using the washroom on board the van. If you have any further questions regarding the Elddis Crusader Tempest, please do give me a call here at the Caravan Company, and I'd be more than happy to help. Thank you very much. Bye bye.